Hello everyone and welcome to our brand new video. Today we're doing 100 durability tests on the brand new armored cash truck in BeamNG. We've never done anything quite like this before, so I really hope you'll enjoy it. I've often seen people saying this truck is practically unbreakable. Well, we're going to put that to the test. Now obviously we won't be running through all 100 tests in this video since that would take forever, but we'll definitely be covering a lot of them. So let's get started. By the way, this money truck, or whatever you want to call it, weighs around 8 tons. That's insane. But you know what? Let's make it even more interesting. We'll load some money in the back and see if our tests can actually break into it. Let's find out if the cash is really safe. Alright, I'm struggling to find where the cash option is. Guess the easiest way is just to type it in the search bar. Okay, so there are actually a few options for how much cash we can load into the truck. I think 36 million should be more than enough. Don't want to get too greedy, right? And there it is, a whole pallet of money. Yeah, that's a lot of cash just sitting there. Let's see if our durability tests can keep it safe. And if you're wondering where to find this truck, it's actually the new version of the MD series that came with the latest update. So if you want to try it yourself, that's where you'll find it. Alright, so let's start small. We'll go from the least destructive things to the absolute craziest. First up, pistols, and by the end, we'll be going all the way to a nuke. Let's see just how tough this armored cash truck really is. Yeah, I mean, we're not expecting anything too crazy with just a pistol. Let's first try aiming at the cabin, or maybe the engine. If we can take that out, it'll give us easier access to the money. Plus, no driver is going to be running anywhere after that. Okay, we can actually see a big dent on the door. And look at that, the window even cracked. That's pretty cool, the pistol's doing at least some damage. Alright, I guess it's time to step it up a notch. Let's call in our friend from the hood with his Uzi and see what that can do. Now, let's try the back door. That's where all the money is stored. Let's see how well it holds up. Yeah, the door did break a little at the bottom, but we still can't even fit our hand through it. Alright, time to go bigger since the damage was barely anything. Let's try a 100-round mag and see what happens. Wait, how is the engine still running? That's insane. I don't know, it's like it's doing 0 damage. Alright, now we're stepping it up to bigger calibers. A full-on AWP. Let's see if this sniper rifle can make a dent. OMG, that seriously impressed me. Not only did it leave a huge dent, but it actually moved the truck. That's insane. But honestly, it's still kind of boring. Let's crank it up and move to something bigger. Minigun? Yeah, I think that's exactly what we need right now. Still nothing. I mean, yeah, we did a lot of damage, but I can't say that's good enough. So let's move on to the big boss. I bet this one will finally crack it open. Boom! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And finally, the engine stopped. Guess it just needed one rocket. Now the door's gone. If that door flew off so easily, I think getting the back door open will be a piece of cake. Yeah, it took 2 rockets, and now we're in… But wait, what? First of all, there was a door missing on the other side the whole time. And second, where's the money? We did all that for nothing. The cash is completely burned down. Yeah, I guess this method works for destroying and stopping the truck. But if you're after the money, this is definitely not the way to do it. Alright, now let's move on to our vehicles. Starting with the mighty Lego car. Yeah, this thing is definitely going to destroy the truck. Or maybe just itself. OMG, actually not bad. The 8-ton truck flew away like it was nothing. But there's no real damage done to it. I mean, what did we really expect from a Lego car? Last try. I mean, in terms of damage, it broke the engine and ripped off the front suspension, but that's about it. Still, not bad for a Lego car. Alright, now imagine you're a robber and you brought a cannon with you. Yeah, just a normal robbery, nothing suspicious. Let's go ahead and shoot it. And here it comes. I think that was pretty good. It opened the front door and even broke the gas tank. Not bad at all. Now, let's rotate the car and shoot at the back doors. Maybe that'll give us direct access to the money? Nothing. I mean, I expected more. Let's try a few more times and see if anything changes. I don't know, maybe the back of the car is more armored. I feel like that cannonball was flying straight at us with a lot of power, but still, no damage at all. Alright, let's move in closer and try again. Yeah, it went straight inside, right to the money. I mean, this is definitely a good way to rob the armored cash truck. Who needs to break doors when you can just shoot straight through? Honestly, this might be the easiest heist ever. I mean, yeah, we still have the chopper, but that would probably be a downgrade compared to this cannon shot. Honestly, blasting a hole straight to the money like that? Way more satisfying and way more fun to watch. Let's see what else we can do before we wrap this up. I'd say it's time to try out this beast. I've honestly never seen anything like it before. Let's see what it can do. We wouldn't get the money like that, so let's just slam it straight into the wall and see what happens. Yeah, there's no real damage at all. Okay, we squished it into the wall, but it was kind of hard for this truck? Vehicle? Whatever you call it? To push it, since it's 8 tons. So let's back it up and then go full speed forward. That's better. Now let's see if it actually did anything to the truck. And more importantly, did we get to the money? I mean, if you had this kind of vehicle, could you actually break in and grab the cash? Let's find out. As you just saw, the truck was smashed pretty hard. I was really struggling to get it out of the wall. I mean, the damage is massive, but the money's still there and all the doors are locked and secure. All right, it's about to get hot in here. We've got a tank. Type in the comments. Will it get to the money? Sadly, we don't have any shells to fire, but we've still got plenty of power and weight, so let's try running it over. That was insane. The main gun just pierced the first door and went straight into the cabin. Huge damage, but the money is still safe. Let's give it another try and see if we can do better. What if we try the same thing with the barrel, but this time target the back door? Yeah, that was just enough. We got to the money and the truck's not completely destroyed, but definitely beaten up. I really like this tank. I mean, all the mods we used in this video will be linked in the description, so check them out. Alright, now let's move on to the nukes and bombs. Let's see if they completely destroy the truck, or if we'll have to finish it off with something else. Something you'll see at the end of the video. So there are 5 different types. Well, they're called nukes, but I'd prefer to say bombs. Anyway, let's start small with level 1. Do you see any damage? Personally, I don't. Alright, let's move on to level 2. I hope level 2 does more damage because level 1 didn't seem very realistic. According to the mod creator on ModLand, level 1 is meant for small purposes and is pretty weak, like maybe for SWAT use. Level 2 is supposed to be a big step up, doing about 10 times more damage than level 1. So, first of all, why did it just bounce off and then explode? And second, do you really think that was 10 times stronger? The only thing I see is a small dent and a tiny fire. If the differences are this tiny, let's not waste any more time and jump straight to level 4. The creator says it's meant for heavy military combat, like actual warfare. Yeah, still not great. Just some fire and a bigger dent. Let's skip ahead and try the biggest one. But what if this time, instead of dropping it on the roof, we detonate it right near the doors? Maybe that'll do more damage or actually get us closer to the money inside. Let's find out. Yeah, I think BeamNG definitely didn't expect that. I don't know, let's try again. I mean, this has to do some serious damage at some point, right? Maybe we just got unlucky the first time. Let's see what happens. Wow, that's exactly what I meant. The car flew away like paper. The doors just disappeared, leaving a huge hole. Insane. So yeah, we managed to get the money, even if it wasn't on the first try. Alright, now let's do some final tests before we wrap up the video. Don't forget, this thing weighs 8 tons and it's flying like it's nothing. Yeah, insane damage. That's the end of our video. I hope you liked it. The truck is almost indestructible in small tests like pistols or crashes, but against big hits, it's no match. They really made it pretty realistic.